Hey everyone, right here in my hand, I have the new iPad Air and the iPad Pro. The question is, which one is right for you? That's what we're going to answer in this video. I want to help you make the best decision because your money is hard-earned, and you don't want to waste a dime on something that isn't going to be good for you. First up, let's talk about the physical design of these iPads. The iPad Air I have is a really big iPad. This is the 13-inch model. To me, that might be a little too big. When I'm thinking about an iPad, I don't want to feel like I'm holding a TV screen, and this one is so massive it really does feel like that. In contrast, the iPad Pro has a LiDAR sensor and a single camera. The LiDAR sensor is helpful for depth sensing, although they did remove the ultra-wide camera that was on the previous iPad Pro. Both of these iPads are very thin, though not as thin as the 13-inch iPad Pro, which is an engineering feat. They are thin and light enough that it won't matter much. They both have speaker grills and a USB-C port, which is really helpful for traveling with one cable. Apple needs to move everything to USB-C, and they've started with the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max. For a size comparison, here is the iPad Pro on top of the iPad Air. There's a noticeable gap from the 11-inch to the 13-inch. I definitely prefer the 11-inch feel in the hand, but the 13-inch might be great for artists. Now let's get a look at the screens. Both look fantastic. The iPad Pro has a tandem OLED screen, meaning the blacks are darker. However, iPad screens are so good that you won't notice a huge difference. The iPad Pro has a promotion display with a 120 Hz refresh rate, making it smoother and faster, while the iPad Air has a 60 Hz display. The 60 Hz is not bad at all, but if screen smoothness is crucial for you, go for the iPad Pro. Next, let's talk about what's inside these iPads. The iPad Pro has the new M4 chip, the first M4 device Apple has released. The iPad Air has the M2 chip. Last year's iPad Pro had the M2 chip, and I never felt it was slow or that I had saturated the chip. So both are powerful enough for any workflow, including video and photo editing. Power shouldn't be the deciding factor. The iPad Pro right now starts at $1,000, which is absolutely wild. Then, when you look at the 13-inch model, it costs $1,300. Once you add up all the costs, the iPad Air can come to around $977, which is still very expensive. So, who are these iPads for? The iPad Pro is awesome, but for 99% of people, the iPad Air is a much better investment. If you're a professional making money from your craft, go for the iPad Pro. But if you're like most people, just using it for entertainment and basic tasks, the iPad Air is more than sufficient. $1,300 for an iPad Pro is way too much money for most users. The iPad Air will likely make you happy. Tell me in the comments below which one of these iPads impresses you more. Do you prefer the iPad Pro or the iPad Air? Tell me why. Like this video if you found it helpful and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one and God bless you.